Before the little group walked 10 feet, a fat porcupine lumbered around a curve in the trail up ahead. Close behind was a somewhat smaller porcupine, chattering away at him. "You're not going to pin this one on me, Harold," she exclaimed. "Give me a break, Harriet. You've been needling me all morning," Harold moaned, rubbing his head. He stopped suddenly, noticing Barefoot on the trail. Harriet, who was still busy picking on Harold, walked right into his backside and got stuck by his quills. "You've done it again," she wailed. "I can't take it anymore. You've been poking me for years and I'm just tired of it." "Well, if you weren't stuck to me like glue." "Oh, Barefoot," Harriet cried in surprise, seeing him on the trail for the first time. "Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Quill," Barefoot said, looking awkwardly at the ground. He was embarrassed at having glimpsed their private conversation. Butternut was nowhere to be seen. "Since you're here, maybe you can help us settle this point," she said, looking hopefully at Barefoot. I'm not sure I can be of any help," he stammered, trying to avoid being pulled into their argument. "Oh, go on and take a stab at it. It won't hurt anything." Harold was glad for the distraction. "Well," Harriet began, puffing herself up, "I feel like every time I turn around, Harold is bumping me with his quills. Nighttime is the worst. Why, just last night, he was dreaming that a bear was chasing him, and his wriggling around poked me right out of a sound sleep. I've been dreaming about tall spruce trees as far as the eye could—" "Stick to the point, dear," interrupted Harold. "The point is, I can't take it anymore." Harriet began to cry. "Well, maybe if you weren't trying to snuggle up to me all the time. And think about how I feel, having to wake up to your ear-piercing shrieks every morning. It gives me a stabbing headache." "Now you're just poking fun at me," sobbed Harriet, dabbing at her eyes with a piece of moss. "That was not a jab, Harriet. I was serious. I have to eat an extra helping of willow bark every morning just to take the pain in my head away." "Don't blame me for your extra helpings. Maybe if you weren't so fat, there would be room in the bed for me." "Have you ever thought about sleeping in separate beds?" Barefoot suggested shyly, wanting the conversation to be over. A few moments of silence arose while Harriet contemplated the idea. She said at last, "There's something nice about what you're proposing. Come on, Harold, let's get home so you can start on my new bed right away. I want to have it ready so I can try it out during our nap." They headed off down the trail. Harriet was busy nagging Harold about the bed and had forgotten all about Barefoot, who took a deep breath of relief. Just then a branch rustled above Barefoot, and Butternut fell out of the tree in front of him with a loud "Oomph." "There you are," Barefoot scolded. "How could you leave me alone to deal with the quills?" "You did a fine job." Butternut hoped flattery would make up for her disappearance. "That's not the point. Oh, listen to me now. I sound like Mrs. Quill." Barefoot frowned. "Yeah, I guess that's why porcupines don't usually mate for life," Butternut ventured. "Let's get going in case they decide to come back." Barefoot started down the trail at a trot while Butternut jumped from tree to tree to keep up with him.